2 people have died out of the 19 injured when a Mexican Navy training boat hit the Brooklyn Bridge. Sad situation. Let's get to a news feed that discusses it.
Just imagine how frightening that was for witnesses to look at. You're watching a Mexican Navy tall ship hitting the base of the Brooklyn Bridge. Certainly something you do not see every day. It toppled the huge mast of that boat, pieces falling onto the deck. The boat hitting that bridge, that boat had about a little less, fewer than 300 people on that boat, 270 some odd people on that boat, 19 total injuries, officials say, 4 serious. Officials here at South Street Seaport, local officials, the police, the mayor, briefed us a little while ago. They say they're in communication with Mexican authorities, as this, of course, was a foreign vessel that was a Mexican Navy ship, a training ship, I'm told, that disembarked and was headed for Iceland. It was not supposed to go under the Brooklyn Bridge, as you could probably imagine by looking at that video. Authorities say somehow the pilot, the driver of that boat, lost control, perhaps due to a mechanical issue, which is all under investigation. I want to get to some of this other video that we want to show you that actually shows the crowds of people I mentioned a little earlier cheering as victims were taken off of that boat and removed here onto the pier. Again, some of them were helped by first responders as they were able to walk out, but pretty banged up nonetheless. Others were on stretchers. Again, 19 total injuries. We were told 4 of them serious, but thankfully no fatalities in really is an unprecedented event that we witnessed tonight. I want to toss now to a witness who saw this happen, and also some of the officials that briefed us on the circumstances of this event.
The one thing I can say about my fellow New Yorkers is that we can come together and we would cheer on and show our support just to make sure that people, okay, we'll laugh at people when they do foolishness, but when it's something serious and stuff like that, we have hearts and we really care about each other. And that's all over America, you know, but I'm a New Yorker, so I'm going to talk about New York.
There were sailors strapped to the masts as kind of a goodwill show. There was a giant Mexican flag off the back, and there was a tugboat that seemed to be moving the ship. We thought it was maybe going to go under the Brooklyn Bridge at like the highest point, so it would avoid striking the mast, but then we noticed it was going backwards, and we were a little concerned, and we thought maybe the mast will collapse because it was very close to the Brooklyn side, which is not very high. And then as it came up to the bridge, it hit the bridge around the walkway side and just collapsed. All the lights went off, and it seemed like people went into the water. We were hoping that these sailors had enough time to unharness themselves, because in the photos and videos you can see that they're harnessed to the mast, and then unfortunately it seems they weren't able to, and they were thrown into the water, and then the boat seemed to list far away from the tugboat.
The pilot, the captain that was maneuvering the ship, lost, power of the ship and the current. Mechanical function caused the ship to go right into the pillar of the bridge, hitting the mast of the ship, where there was a couple of sailors on top of it. These sailors were injured as a result of the mast striking the bridge.
Information is that there was no any major damage to the bridge.
The coordination was extremely important, and it was executed to the best of our ability to minimize any loss of life.
Shout out to Eric Adams, Mayor Eric Adams, and the other officials that were there. It's a sad situation right now. This was last night when Eric Adams was talking, and just as this recording, there have been 2 people who have perished from this accident. It's a very, very sad thing. Wish it didn't happen. I wish there were other protocols that could have prevented this. I know this is going to be investigated, it's going to be looked at, and we're going to figure out how to prevent this in the future. I know so many people will think about, oh gosh, you know, what that boat was going to break down the Brooklyn Bridge like the boat did in Baltimore. No, because the Brooklyn Bridge is a big, gigantic bridge and was built in 1883, and that small boat was not going to do it. But my heart and prayers go to the people who perished, the 2 people who perished and the 19 who are injured. I hope they make a speedy recovery so they can continue being the sailors that they want to be. New Yorkers all around and Americans all around, I know that their hearts and their prayers are with those 2 people who died and the injured, and we want them to know that we salute them and we will continue to support them because Mexico is our neighbor, and we have to make sure to let them know that we care about them and we love them as well. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like the video, make some comments, and subscribe to this channel. All those things will greatly help me out as I continue to grow. I'm trying to reach over 800 subscribers by the end of the month, and I would love to reach over 1,000 subscribers by September, but I can only do it with your help, so please help a brother out. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace.